Hey, this is End of the Road Haunts, and today I am going to be making a video about the top 5 biggest prop failures of the 2021 Halloween season. Now, I must say, this year has been really good, actually. They have a lot of cool animatronics that, in person and on video, look just super awesome, and I would love to get a lot of them, but I can't get everything, of course. But there have been some really bad eggs in here, so I'm gonna be covering them. And if you like any of these guys, good for you. I personally don't, but I will harshly disagree with you on some of these. But number 5 is a bit of a controversial opinion, but it is Headless Jack. I must say, I don't like this guy. He looked really cool on the box set flagship when we first saw him, although he just looks super cheap, and the fabric looks wrinkled, and it just breaks the immersion of him being a real prop so much. And let's just talk about the price for a second. He is a static prop, and I get it. I get that he's huge and that he can go up to 9 feet, but I think $280 is way too much for this guy. And that's $340 for me, which is just unbelievable. I think that's a really bad price. But my biggest issue with this guy comes with how he's actually like standing. Because this 9 to 7 foot tall prop is being supported by a single pole. And he's even leaning forward. And it just makes me so stressed out whenever I see the videos of this guy that he's just gonna fall over. And I know he probably wouldn't, but it's just how I feel. I don't think I could have like a peaceful day with this guy being around because I just fear him breaking. Now, albeit, I do like the concept they were going, and I do like the head, but other than that, I'm not a big fan of this. But this is but I will kind of agree with you if you say that you actually love this guy. Number 4 is the Pumpkin Man from Lowe's. Now, this guy's a fine prop. He looks cool. Does he have an animation? I forget. I haven't seen his demo in a while. But the thing is, his phrases really don't match him because they'd be better fit with the doctor, or plague doctor, shall I say. And you might ask, well, of course they don't fit, because this is the biggest problem with him. He's not a bad prop, but what he could have been is a prototype plague doctor animatronic. If this prototype were to actually happen, then I would certainly buy it, and I think it would make Jemmy an actually good company again. Which I was never really a fan of their stuff, but, you know. Because I can get that they might have canceled it because of COVID, but it feels so wrong for them to not just cancel it, but try and shamelessly remake it into just a normal pumpkin guy. I think this guy seriously could have been way better, but it's just, I really hate that they had to cancel the Plague Doctor. It would have gotten more sales, too. Like, this year, Lowe's is also pretty damn disappointing, in my opinion. I do not like anything they have, really. I guess the pop-up head girl is cool, but it's just super cheap. But, yeah, on to number 3, which is another unpopular one. But it is the man-eating plant from Home Depot. Now, apparently this guy's in a really short supply, and this is an unpopular opinion, but for me, the things that ruin him are his phrases. The fact that he has phrases alone at all baffles me, because it's a plant, and plants shouldn't talk. I get what they were probably trying to go for, like a Little Shop of Horrors thing. But to me, this just comes off as plain idiotic, really stupid, and you could just display him without the volume, but that takes away so much from an animatronic. I also don't understand his animation, because sometimes I see him turning side to side or like lurching forward. I think it's interchangeable, but I don't know. His head also looks super cheap and flimsy. Like, even inside the mouth, it looks like plastic, which again totally breaks the immersion of him being a real thing. I really dislike this guy. But on to number two. And these ones aren't as unpopular of opinions. But number two is Ghostface. Now, granted, at least. No, I'm not even gonna say that. Because when we said we wanted a Ghostface animatronic, we meant something like the Jemmy one from 2011. But they didn't do that. Instead, they cheaply reskinned the Hauntress into something that doesn't even like. Its audio is annoying. I really hate how high pitched and shrill the scream is. It just sounds terrible. B, this thing's 5'4", which by context is shorter than me, and I am relatively big for my age. But Ghostface should at least be like 5'7" at least, because mind you, grown people are who are the personas of Ghostface and Scream. So it's just really dumb, because he's 5'4". That he's a kid in a costume practically. He just looks super stitched together. From the side, his head is like basically 2D. Really bad. Totally a failure. But yeah, I feel like they could have made this better by maybe having him say a quote from the film and then popping out. And they could have just made him higher quality. Like, if you just take the Hauntress and put a Ghostface mask on it, it would be way better than this one. But yeah, that's not the one I hate the most from this year, though. Because number one is the sewer grade Pennywise from Spirit Halloween. This is the absolute definition of a cash grab. I loathe this animatronic with my being. I don't know how, well, that is wrong. I do know how you can mess up a Pennywise prop. Hint, hint, Morbid Enterprises 2017. That one was really bad. But I have so many problems with this. Number one, it doesn't even resemble Bill Skarsgård one bit. From the videos in Flagship, its face just looks warped and distorted, and the only thing that makes you recognize him as Pennywise is the makeup. Number two, I really don't like his phrase / audio, which, yeah, it's from the film, but the way they edit it together, it's just annoying and sounds super dumb. I hate that. B, this guy isn't even 2 feet. He's less. And a 2-foot tall animatronic is not tall at all. Like, I think he's 22 inches or something, which is just insane. Like, this guy's so small. And we haven't even scratched the tip of the iceberg. But one of the most horrendous things about this guy is the price. Because he's so small, yet he's $230. And this is just my advice, but do not buy this guy. Don't. And if you have or want to, can I just question why? Why do you want this guy? Please tell me if you do and why you want him, because this is. And one of the biggest problems I have with this guy is nobody asked for a new remake Pennywise props. I gotta be honest, I'm getting sick of the It remake. It was really good, and it is scary. It's like my second favorite horror film of all time. And It Chapter 2 I honestly didn't mind, but that's a video on its own. But we've seen so much merchandise of the 2017 Pennywise. Just anything. You can name it. They've done the Pennywise thing. They've done clocks. They've done clothing. They've done action figures. They've done animatronics. They've done mugs. Everything. I'm so tired of just seeing his face everywhere. It's just a merchandising opportunity at this point. Oh god, I'm getting really heated. But it's just, I really am getting sick and tired of this. And considering that we had the 2019 one return for last year, which is pretty good, it's just, nobody asked for this. Nobody asked for a second Pennywise. This is just so uncalled for, so bad, and just really highlights the issue I have with the 2017 reboot. The only Pennywise I've wanted to see is a 1991, because we've only got the Morbid Enterprises one. And I'm just getting sick of seeing this guy every single place. If they make another one next year, I'm going to rip my head in half. But yeah, anyways, I just went on a tangent right there. I hope you enjoyed this video. Like and subscribe if you're new. Please, let's reach 400 or 500 before the end of the year. I know we can do it considering I hit 300 like 3 days ago. But yeah, like and subscribe if you're new, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.